What's up, everybody? It is about midnight on November 30th here. Ongoing on this Mustang restoration project, and as you can see, this fender's not where it's supposed to be. That's because it just came off of here. Let me throw the light on. Basically, what I'm right now in the middle of is getting a matching or new VIN tag for this car that I bought from this guy about 2 years ago. Anybody that's been following my channels has known that I've been slowly restoring this car or bringing it up to, nice new condition. And kind of came into the problem here. I knew it when I bought it, but missing VIN tag. And I would be a little bit more sketchy, but I kind of knew the seller, and I had a clean, clear title, and everything matched, with regard to that. A lot of guys say when the VIN tag's missing, bingo, you look in there for a door sticker, either here or it could be over here somewhere. But as you can see, it's either painted over or missing, and then painted over, or whatever the case is. So these 71 through 73 Mustangs really have no other stamping at all whatsoever on the vehicle, with the exception of the block, which is a crapshoot because if your motor's been replaced, then there goes that idea, or the inner fenders. So that brings me to this solution here. I had to spend some time and pop that fender off right there and get it removed and out of the way so I can get and look behind here. And the VIN number on my car is 198355 is the last digits of the VIN number, and it's a 2F on the front end. And luckily, if you look down this fender line here, there's your brace, your fender brace. Your VIN number is going to be stamped right here. So basically right where that shock tower is, straight down. I'll try to bring in the camera to focus. Boom, 2F 198355. Now it's a partial VIN number. It's not the whole VIN number, but it tells the story of the vehicle. When I look at my title, I don't really have my title right here in front of me, but let's pop this open here. Let's look at our VIN. My VIN number is 2F02L. The 02L is the part that's missing, and I am not an expert decoder right now, so I can't really decode that. I know, it's probably a Dearborn car like most of them are, and it tells a sports roof and all that stuff. I don't know what the 02L is. Probably the engine code, because I'm sure there was no engine in this car when it was on this plant, obviously. But 2F198355 would be the partial VIN match, which is basically what you need to get a replacement VIN tag. So luckily, thank God, this is a matching car. And the guy told me that he had verified that prior to selling the vehicle, and you can only take that for what it's worth, because to be honest with you, I don't think any of these fenders have ever been pulled off in 40 years. You can notice here, this is pretty, old school. This stuff hasn't been moved in a long time. So this is probably the first time this fender's ever been off this vehicle, and I don't know, I'll give you guys a little overview on how to pull these things off. This fender's a pain in the ass. It's got a lot of hidden bolts and nuts and everything else to get to. Your main bolts that you're going to see at first sight are these top bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of them up here. Those all come out pretty easily. Just watch your ratchet. It's going to want to scrape the inside of this top groove. But once you pop those bolts off, there's a bunch of hidden bolts. The next bolt you're going to want to kind of go to is down here where normally your emblem would be, where it says Mustang. Down here, up underneath, you're going to have 2 bolts here, and they're different size heads for some reason. I don't know why, but they're different size heads. There's your 2 down there. Then you want to look, open up the door, and in the doorway, when you look through the doorway, bingo, you'll see this tab right here. There's a bolt that sits right there, so pop that one out. Then you think you're out of the woods, but you're not. The biggest pain in the ass bolts that you can get to are in here. This is the headlight assembly right here. There's a little piece that sits on the front of the headlight, which is this. This is actually part of the fender, so that doesn't need to come off. But inside of this fender groove, you're going to have 2 bolts. If you're looking at the tire here, 2 bolts in here. You know, one's going to be here and in here. And then looking at it from the other side, you got another bolt here, another bolt here. Then there's 2 down here. So you basically have 6 bolts right here in this headlight area that hold that fender on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Once you get those out, you're still not out of the woods. If you look down here, there's this lower valence piece that has your fog turn signal. Might have been cut conveniently, previous redneck owner. But you're going to have 3 bolts here, 1, 2, 3, that have to come off the bottom of the fender because this is attached to the other fender. So I don't think I missed any. Once you pop all those bolts off, this thing comes off pretty easily. I grabbed mine by the inner fender up underneath and I pulled it away. So in a nutshell, that's how she comes apart. And if any of you guys, which I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that are trying to find out where the hell your VINs are on these 71 through 73s, this is where you got to go, right there. Bingo. So just to kind of debuff a couple of myths, a couple of guys say that it's stamped on the firewall. It's not there. There is a buck support on the radiator. I think this is an aftermarket radiator, so there's really no point in me looking there. But anybody out there looking for your VIN, 71 through 73 Mustang, it's located on the inner fender. I believe it's on both sides, the passenger and the driver's side, and you'll be able to find it there. It is a partial VIN, but it's plenty enough VIN to get you a new VIN tag. So hope this helped out a few people, and if you guys have any questions, shoot them my way. I'll be more than happy to help you out.